we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is a beautiful Wednesday morning, and today is the day after that long e-bike video where we went around the levee on Lake Okeechobee. Kind of took its toll on us. I do have more of a voice today, but I have some insane sinus pressure, and I'm exhausted. Kagan also, she's working on something up front, and I am gonna go head to the enclosures and start removing the hide box flaps. This is a super exciting thing for me to do because this, I mean, what's the best way to say it? I feel like we get so many animals back. As soon as we put those flaps on and they have that option to have that secure dark hide, we, in a sense, lose animals for 6 months. We were just talking yesterday about Diesel. Aside from his head coming out of his hide box, knowing food disappears, we haven't seen him in 6, maybe some glimpses from a distance. I know he comes out and he suns, but if we're 100 feet away, he's into that box and he's gone. And that's a lot of the animals back there. And I think that's a little bit of what we want to get away from. We want more social animals. So we may start trading and selling and stuff to get our collection dialed in a little bit better. That if it's not a breeding facility and it's more for tours and more for YouTube, I think we just need more social animals. And this will be a huge step in the right direction for some of those animals that aren't lost yet, that still have some hope for socialization. And Kagan can put some emphasis on trying to calm those animals down and get them to come out, working on them with food and stuff like that. But I got my screw gun. I have those recessed washers for some of them that don't have that. And some of them we have to pull the lids. It's good to pull the lids anyway and see what's going on inside there. Make sure there's not a wasp nest in there, spider web of obviously like a black widow or something like that. Like if I need to clean the box, put some diatomaceous earth in there, anything like that, this is the time to do it. As well as any of the hardware on the lid that's corroded or whatever, I can replace it with new hardware. So let's get started. Example of one of those animals, that's Boba. I'm gonna try and, well, no. See, he's kind of gonna want to go in his box. I would have loved for him to stay on his shelf where I could have done the box, but he's gonna go right in there. So this is one I'll probably come back with Kagan and do while she gets some food to maybe occupy him for a second, maybe like a half soft-boiled egg, and then do it. I don't want this to be stressful for animals that are teetering like Boba. Boba definitely has gone backwards a little bit since having all this freedom. Getting that hide box right will be huge. If I could have had him out, I probably could have reached in and unscrewed that hide box thing from the inside without removing the lid pretty easily. I'll see if I can't get him on the shelf later and making a second attempt at it. This latch was not latching and I had to slam it like 4 times for it to latch. That's what messed me up on him. So we'll just move into the white throats. That's a perfect example of a screw that needs to be replaced. We don't need that old rusty screw going back in. All right, so there's a perfect example of a hide box that looks pretty dang clean and in order. I just need to unscrew the back side of this. I don't need the upper heat mat going out there and the plug getting all nasty anymore. So that means from the power box, the upper can be unplugged, and when a female needs it plugged in, then we can plug in her heat mat and her lay box. So just for now, only the bottom heat source. There's a couple more nights that are 65 degrees or something like that, which isn't cold for some, but some animals I don't want to get a chill. And you know what? I'm gonna go get some better screws. These screws are horrible. I'm gonna go get some newer screws. You guys see how curious Boba is now? Now I'm working on the enclosure right next to him. He can't help himself but check out what's going on. He's not afraid at all. It's definitely a monitor that chooses us when he wants. Which is what makes a great animal. We just got Frosty's done, and of course he was a good boy. He just sat out of the way and let me get it done. He's about to go through a good shed. His box is done. We just did Glacier and Tundras, and they were both in the same hide box together, hiding in the hide box. As soon as we removed the flaps, Tundra is now out sunning herself. Just like you in your bedroom with all the blackout blinds and shades. You're gonna sleep in if your room is pitch black. And that's basically what they do. They're probably missing some of those sunning hours. She looks totally happy sunning herself. It's not creating a stressful situation by removing those flaps. I was just gonna say how good Onyx was doing while I was working on his box. And he just wound up and whipped me when I had my back turned to him. What was that all about, buddy? You just mad because I didn't bring you any snacks? Why'd you do that? You're not hungry. Maybe it's because we have the doors closed to his girls. He's upset about that. All right, maybe we'll open up Sapphire's door for you. What? So hissy today. I better get back to work. I don't get to hang out with you. Totally finished the rock monitor row. We're gonna go check on what that noise is, but like I said, there's Tundra out. And Glacier is now out because that box is open. Boba just was out. Kagan's gonna see if she can't coax him back out. We had the coolest interaction with him while I was doing that lid. Or should I say she did. And everybody, just about everybody is out. Diamond is out. We don't get to see her a ton. And these two big turkeys are together. So Onyx and Sapphire. So there's Sapphire. I don't know if she is cycling or what. Her belly is definitely dragging. She has a thirst for food right now. He's in her box sniffing away. I don't know, whenever that door is open, he tends to spend more time in her enclosure than his own. We'll see what happens. They are back together, and we will probably not put Onyx back with Diamond because, wait, there's another surprise coming for her. Let's just say that. We have not done any of the albinos yet. I don't know if I will just yet, but this row's done, and now I'm gonna start on the water monitors, and then we could talk about some of the shuffling that we're gonna start doing. Oh, look, Kagan's got, of course, Boba out. He's such a curious guy. Let's see if I can get in here without upsetting him. Tongue flicking, walking around. The dogs are right there. He tried to crawl up my leg. I was like, nope, nope, nope. He's just laying down, relaxing, watching Pete. He's always been at eye level with Pete. Maybe that wall is a little weird where he can't see Pete. He can only see his tail moving.
Yeah. Well, a second ago, he saw Pete and ran in. But he was also up on his shelf.
He probably sees scarier stuff than Pete out here, like raccoons, possums, and bobcats.
Yeah.
So there's probably some creatures that are trying to get in here that are worth hiding from. It's a bit wilder in the backyard than the front yard. Kagan's been catching a bobcat on the cameras behind all the chickens and quail and rabbits quite frequently right now. So
That's big.
a big bobcat. All right, I'm gonna get to work because I've only got so much in me today. So I'm trying to deal with Diesel and move something in there for him to hide in while I do his box. He's not happy with me. And I just asked Kagan, hey, can you go in Sammy's or Lily's or Pinky's, one of the easier enclosures, and start unscrewing the boxes? And this is what I come back to. There's Kagan with Sammy on her back. Sammy looks totally content. You're in a fully compromised position. Jesus. Only you. Only you. And I had plenty of time to go get the camera with Sammy in that position. Too funny. Oh my God. I'll get the zip tie so we can zip up that cord. Oh my God. Too much. Oh, nope, Diesel has not chosen that yet. That's the big box that has an entrance facing that way. I'd like to get it towards the wall, but he hasn't picked it yet. I'm about halfway done with this aisle. We still have Alexander's. Some of them were easy. The Guru we still have to do. We did Ivy's, and of course now she's out. So that, I mean, that is the difference, is now she's out and she's actually laying in a position as if she is cycling, hanging the weight off of her belly like that, which is a really good sign. A lot of the water monitors will cycle as soon as we get into spring. Sorry, I'm looking at the GoPro and you guys really can't see that. Get closer so I don't disturb her though. But that's a good position. And Bumblebee is up on the screen. I don't know if he'll let us do the work while he's up there, but we don't get to see a lot of him either. Just open the door and get a good shot of him. I'd say he's almost 6 feet, but still has a lot of growing to do. He's got a lot of tail. Actually has a really long tail for his body size. Got a nice chunky face. Lily's probably gonna get really upset that he's on the screen next to her, because I think she's close to laying eggs. She's at that point where her back is arched and her belly is dragging. All right, we'll come in with Kagan and Sammy. Every time I come in, Sammy comes straight for me. And Sammy and I haven't bonded yet. Clearly she's tame, but I don't feel like we have that trust yet. Oh look, in that short period, Diesel went into that box. Now we just got to keep him in there while we do his flaps. So Bumblebee actually did really well with me removing the flaps and screwing the lid on. As long as I kept my eyes off of him and my hands down, I was able to work with the drill right next to his tail, and he just stayed there. I mean, 1000% not the sign of a tame monitor, but one that will at least let you do cage maintenance right next to him, right next to him, without any complaint. No tail whips, no hissing. That's still good. He is a very good looking het black dragon. Very robust, very handsome. And that's actually Lily's brother from the same clutch. and not crazy, not a ton bigger than Lily. Funny. It's a chunky boy. I think all the ones that hide too much and don't get enough exercise get a little chunky, just like us. The ones that walk around and explore a lot stay on the thin side. So now we have to do Diesel. I don't know if this was the, oh shoot, he's up on the screen now. I had him in this hide box and I told Kagan I don't think it's a good idea because he was actually in it and moving it around. I never put the lid on it, so he still had the traction on the ground to move forward. Oh, you're gonna go in and try it. I don't think he's gonna be like Bumblebee. But that same scenario, if you don't have eye contact with the animal, they definitely feel less threatened. And the fact that he is higher than us right now probably has him a whole bunch more calm. So that upper heat mat plug, she's gonna wrap it up so it doesn't sit out in the weather and the cord stays good, the plug stays good. So zip tie that up until we need it next winter. Oh. What's funny is for as big as Diesel was and the head start he had, I think he's only 5 feet. I think Alexander has passed him up. And I think Bumblebee is about to pass him up. And that's how you do it. Good job, baby. All right, this is so crazy. Like, we've got Drago is out sunning himself. You guys probably haven't seen Drago in a while. He's not tongue clicking, he's not happy we're filming him, but he's just out and calmly standing his ground. And that's what they'll do. They'll just be out more. Diesel is still sitting on the screen up there, guys. And you would think, like when you go in there with a not tame monitor like Diesel, that it will be way harder. Oh my God. This guy was the hardest one I've had to do yet. Alexander is trying to climb up my legs, knocking over my tools, knocking all the screws onto the ground. At one point I had the lid leaning against the box, and I looked at him and it looked like he was throwing up or something blue was out of his mouth by like a foot. He had wedged his tongue between the plywood and the box and was pulling on his tongue calmly. And I had to move the plywood and he got his tongue back. But he's just so curious, he just can't stop. He just can't stop. So he was all over me while I was trying to work. We have like 2 more to go. It's gonna make a huge difference on the content you guys are gonna see this summer. These boxes being changed. And we are so excited, but we are also so exhausted. This was supposed to be a quick, easy video, and this is not really quick enough for us. I think that 35 miles, when we were doing it, we're like, oh yeah, no problem, this is easy. But we don't do that on bikes often, and we're whooped. And it wasn't even just the mileage. We stayed outside in the sun and fished basically until sunset, until we had no more daylight basically. And we're just done. We need to get inside the AC, get this video edited and up for you guys. But the Patreon members, the viewers will know, they were just here this last weekend for the party, and we walked through this aisle and maybe 2 water monitors were out, and I think all but 2 are out, which is a much better ratio. So things are going to be good moving forward. We've got a lot of exciting things happening this spring. I think tomorrow I'm gonna start on those hide box slabs to get the iguanas outside. So we're gonna jump on that video series and start getting those iguanas outside. As always, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell, comment, and we'll see you soon.